prospect at the Dexcom in Galway for both these sides. It is knockout rugby, there are no second chances, and the substantial carrot of a place in the quarter-finals of European competition awaits the winners by the end of the evening. You always fancy Edwin van der Merwe in those situations if he can get any kind of clear run and use that acceleration that he has. Sam Grove White playing advantage to Connacht here. Sharks with ball in hand to Marnus Podkeeter, nothing doing, back we go for the penalty. In October, lightly raced in the number 10 jersey this season. As I said, that breeze has died down discernibly, and it's certainly not swirling around the way it was maybe 40-50 minutes ago, and that's a lovely strike. Scrum half, Janis Podkeeter takes it on, tackled by two Connacht players, including Cian Prendergast. It's worth a little chip over the top, under penalty advantage. Nothing coming. I was at scrum time, and it's brought the second opportunity for Smith from the kicking tee. He looks very comfortable. 2 out of 2, up go the flag, 6 points to 0. That's a very good return for the opening quarter.
Yeah, they're deserving of their 6-point lead. They do have a bit of a wind in their back, so they'll be looking to add on a few more points. Connacht won't panic. They played in these conditions over the last couple of weeks into the wind against Glasgow, and last week as well against the Ospreys. So they know they just have to keep in touch and take their chances when they come.
So Naughton gets us back underway, deep into Sharks territory.
That'll do, Connacht.
Saw some game time Ross brought in the early rounds of the Champions Cup, notably that heavy defeat down in Toulouse and the game away from home against Sale, which they lost as well.
Tackle now. Release tackle.
Naughton wrapped up, and very quickly the call from Sam Grove White was release. Sharks duly obliged, and now they go wide to Heffernan. Pumps the accelerator, takes a couple to bring him down. We haven't really seen Connacht as an attacking force. This time the pass sticks for Samilo. Bundy Aki, 3 out the back, lovely shape by this attack. Hurley Langton gets it wide. Mullins with a try line beckoning. First entry into the 22, first time they've had the ball. Shea Mullins goes in for a really important score.
When you want a man with gas on the wing, Shea Mullins is the man to deliver Sevens pace against Van der Merwe. For a split second, he just got the ball standing still. He thought Van der Merwe might have had the angle on him. But again, it all came back to some really quick hands, accurate hands. Dave Heffernan with a burst of pace up the far touchline, then Bundy Aki. Lovely delayed pass to Hurley Langton, who knew that Shea Mullins just needed half a chance.
Sam Gilbert takes responsibility from the kicking tee, and as is his form from the kicking tee. It's a decent kick again. Back off White is the call. Shane Jennings almost got his hands on it. Now we've got a Sharks penalty. A long way out with the aid of the breeze. This is tight, struck it really well. That's a brilliant kick. He's looked very, very comfortable over the ball, very accomplished, plenty of conviction and confidence. He might just sling it wide here.
Keep the mark, but it will be 50-22.
That's a really good kick. That would be a 50-22. That's absolutely brilliant.
50-22, eyes open, Rue.
Super kick, and Sean Naughton ultimately he's probably done the right thing. Well, he's had a really big say in the opening 33 minutes of this game. He's been the standout performer, swallowed up by a couple of Connacht defenders. Oxenchair with good hands, keep them moving again, but then the hands belie the Sharks, and that's the end of the 40. You think is an unassailable lead and then ship a lot of points, but they've invented a way to get it to Shane Jennings, and taking on all comers here. He wasn't held, bounced back to his feet, made another 10 metres. That's brought the penalty into the hands of Heffernan. Right in front of those posts, Matthew Devine, good awareness, releases Billy Bohan, lovely little disguise on the pass, change of emphasis, change of angle, Hurley Langton, Samilo is there, Joe Joyce on his shoulder. That's brilliant defence from the Sharks initially, outstretched arm of the referee indicating penalty advantage. Can Connacht seize full advantage here? sling the pass across, try line beckons, and over they go. It seemed inevitable. Under penalty advantage, they find their way to the try line, and it's Cal Ford who comes up with a massive moment at a key period in the game.
And they mixed the fast with the slow there, Connor. Second time to put a few phases together in the game. Second time they're over the white line.
Such as?
Fast start required, and they find a way to the whitewash through a little bit of ill discipline from a player of Makazole Mapimpi's pedigree and quality. A couple of penalties conceded by him, giving up field position. Sharks are going to make a change, and it's Makazole Mapimpi who's been called ashore here. Ethan Hooker straight in. And it's a rather slow amble to the sideline for a man who scored 33 tries and 47 appearances for the Springboks.
Blue boots, blue boots. Brought back. Yeah, use it.
Ethan Hooker, though, what a player to bring in. It's been a good night at scrum time for Billy Bahamas. Might be his last scrum. I think I can see Peter Dooley stripped and ready to come in over on that far side. There's Cal Ford, the Connacht try scoring, away goes Matthew Devine. Electric pace. And so too does Ethan Hooker. Really good cover tackle from the replacement winger, but now there's space out wide if they can work it out the pack. Minute replaced by Peter Dooley and Finlay Beelan. Connacht captain takes the line out. Cian Prendergast sets the platform.
One.
Being forced back initially, but maintaining their composure. Heffernan now breaks free. Peter Dooley.
Hands off, Sharks. Hands on side.
Looking to get involved. So too Finlay Beelan. Hurley Langton over it. Cian Prendergast barking out the instructions. He's got Josh Murphy on his shoulder. Brilliant again from the Connacht captain. Just went through a brick wall of white jerseys, and they go again. That was very close. Penalty advantage all the while for Connacht here. Hurley Langton gets around the fringes and over the cover. And there's a little bit of daylight opening up now between Connacht and the Sharks. What a return to form it's been for the open side flanker. 2 tries last week on his return against the Ospreys, and he's got one now in the Challenge Cup.
Brilliantly clinical by Connacht. Set them all.
Robbery.
A rare mistake from the kicking tee brings a hit on his Podkeeter.
It's no release 15.
That's a penalty against 15. Sam Gilbert. You may be saying, how can he release? He's in there, enveloped 15, by a phalanx of bodies.
15.
Difficult kick into the teeth of the breeze. This Connacht squad, as he promised he would in the pre-season, give everybody an opportunity. Paul Boyle to Hurley Langton. Yeah, that was an awkward looking coming together. Paul Boyle, lovely little deft hands, and he releases Cal Ford. Burst of pace, a surge of power. 2 tries for the Connacht centre in this second half. And they are getting closer and closer to putting away this Shark side.
He is so deceptive on the ball, so strong. Brilliant carry. And the pace to finish under the post. He does this week in, week out. He must be a marked man, but yet he just punches above his weight or whatever it is, but he's just maybe put the defenders on the flat foot as well. Imagine that conversion. Just push the pass to shot.
This Connacht side. Big games coming thick and fast now between the end of the season.
No advantage coming, back for the high tackle.
Back for the high shot on this side. Didn't affect him one bit. Normal service resumed. They might get another trip to France. It's job done in the second half for Connacht, much to the approval and appreciation of head coach Stuart Lancaster. One-way traffic in the second half. They won the second half 22-0 courtesy of those Ivan kicking it through to a European Challenge Cup quarter-final next week. Final score in Galway once again at the Dexcom reads Connacht 29, the Hollywoodbets Sharks 12.